I am a sinner, and I will tell you about that when we do our warm-up. But to start today, I just want to say it doesn't matter how slow you go. Who cares? Who's keeping score? Just go. Just start. Just don't stop. Just go. You're doing enough because you are enough right where you are. Give yourself some credit. Don't worry about your progress. Just keep the pace and focus on the moments. The rest will take care of itself. Let it go. I'm Jan, the sinner, and I'll tell you why. And this is 316 Yoga. And most importantly, it's your body. The bottom of the screen says, do what is right for your body. Do what makes you feel good. Today's practice, every day our practices are different. Today's emphasis is on strength and balance. And what we do on Tuesdays and Saturdays is this practice. Other days of the week we do different practices. So come check them out, and most importantly, do what you can, but don't hurt your body. Back out of something, take it to a lesser extent. I'll show you how to do a little bit of that today too. Word to think about as you practice is alignment. Alignment, an adjustment to a line. And you think of it being straight, arrangement in a straight line, like your posture. You want your posture straight. You want to stack your body for support and stability. And we'll talk about that too. Oh my goodness, in this hour. Stick around for as long as you can and just have fun. You're going to need some props today. The usual props that we use are our 2 yoga blocks. If you don't have those, go ahead and buy them or find a little substitute. I don't know, big thick books. Who has books that thick anymore? A strap, a yoga strap, a dog leash would work. Substitute for that if you have it. An eye shade. And a towel, little hand towel is great. It can do all kinds of wonderful things. Nice to cushion your knees. A chair would be good too. If you want to use a chair, grab it. And some water. It's all good. You got your props. Come on up to standing and let's lock in a stress number. All right, so stress number. We always do this every day on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Where are you at today? How do you feel in your body? Don't overthink it. Don't think, oh, what is this stress number supposed to be? Lock in a number, and we'll come back to it in a little bit. Just feel how you feel. Root into your feet a little bit wider than hip width distance, hands on your hips. Strike that pose of confidence. Send your elbows back. Chest is lifted nice and high. Root into your feet. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And a big sighing breath out through your mouth. You're strong, you're healthy, you're here. That's what counts. Wiggle your toes a little bit. Now, as you're ready, come on up onto the balls of your feet. Here's your first little alignment tip. Try to keep your heels behind your toes. Watch them to see if they're splaying out to the side or collapsing in. Keep that alignment going. It's important. So strengthen your foundation. That's where it starts. All right. Here's my sin. I was in Florida. No, I was in France for over a month. I think it was a little over 5 weeks. And I said, I'm going to do my yoga every day. I didn't do my yoga every day, but I did drink wine every day with lunch and dinner. They provided it at the school. Wine, dessert, lunch, dinner. Ay. That's okay. I'm back to my yoga, and I hope you are too. You know, so what? Who's counting? Who's comparing? Enjoy each moment. How are the calves feeling? Wake them up. Strengthen your foundation. You know, nobody keeps score. You keep score, and that's not good. Let it go. All right, come on down to your heels. Lift your toes up and give them a wiggle. Give them a wiggle. Let it be. Plant your feet nice and solidly on your mat. Lift your arms high up to the sky. Think extended mountain pose. Fingers are reaching high. Reach the fingers a little higher. Think of your knees stacked over your feet. Think of your hips stacked over your knees. Think of your shoulders stacked over your hips. And lift out of your fingers a little bit more. Find the extra length as if someone were reaching to pull you up. Let it be. Lengthen up through your extended mountain. Bring your palms together to touch. Interlace your fingers. Send your palms up to the sky. So much to remember. And do your gentle palm tree pose. Sway from side to side. Breathe, most important part, and just let it feel good. Maybe your stretch isn't that deep. That's all right. Nobody's counting. Stick with it every day, and little by little, you'll have improvements. You know that's how it works. The hard part is just showing up. Good morning, too. Hello, too. Sherry and Stan, Lynn, Diana in Florida, Esther, Liz, Karen, Tina, Rita, Margaret, Jim, Bob, Lisa, and Susan. I'm glad you're here. How is this palm tree going? Let's finish it up. Come back to the midline. Send your palms high up to the sky. Big breath in. Big breath out. Hands released down by your side. No, down to your low back. Press into your low back. Squeeze your elbows toward the back of the room and look up, up, up. Think of your chest lifting up to the sky. Nice movement of the spine here. Wake it up. Exhale, hinge forward. Let it go. Let your arms hang heavy as well. Arms can hang heavy as you look back to your knees or up towards your navel. Maybe you go a little farther and the hands come down to the earth. It's no big deal. Wiggle your knees. Let the tension go there. Feel the goodness up the backs of your thighs. Breathe. Finish up, sweep your arms on up, come on up to standing, lengthen up through your fingers, big breath in, big breath out, reroot into your feet, and then do some arm circles. Arm circles in one direction, nice big circles, they don't have to be big. You do your circles, you do yours, I'll do mine. Add in the knees, put a bend in the knees when the hands come down. When the hands come up, knees straighten. Just move. That's the thing. That's the ticket. Take the arm circles in the opposite direction. Maybe the knees can bend a little deeper. Challenge yourself. Finish up. Come on up to standing. Let your arms hang heavy down by your sides. Arms are heavy. Fingers are reaching toward the earth. Shoulders are away from your ears. Crown of your head lengthens up and then start to sway from side to side. Think you're a child in a big coat with the arms really way too long, and you're just swaying and tapping one side, then the other. Look over the shoulder and breathe. Just let it all go. We hold so much tension in our bodies. Let it go. Don't judge you. Be kind to you. You are the person you should be the kindest to. But that's hard to do sometimes, isn't it? We beat ourselves up. All right, finish up with your big coat swing, and let's slow it down. Come back to the midline of your body. Lift your arms high up to the sky. Take that little back bend one more time. As you exhale, hands to prayer center, fold forward. Fingers toward the earth. Toe heel your feet, hip width distance apart. That's 2 fists. Measure it. Put that little bend in your knees. Hands to opposite elbow creases. Gaze back to your knees. Let your head hang heavy and give it a shake. Start to sway from side to side. One elbow back toward one knee and the other toward the other knee. Do you like bending your knees a little bit here? Check it out. See what feels good for you. What you're doing here is you're loosening up your low back. You're bringing space to it. You're bringing greater mobility to it. Enjoy. And don't limit your time on your mat to the only time that you do ragdoll. Do it throughout your day. Come back to the midline of your body. Release your fingers to your mat. Bend your knees and come on down for your child's pose. This is where you just kind of get into your own head. Let everything else go. This is your time. Use it. A block can be in front of you. Knees can be together, big toes touching, hips back to your heels. Arms can be down by your sides. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. And using the block to bring the ground up to you, rest your beautiful head here. Fingers are reaching to the back of the mat. Crown of the head is reaching to the top of the mat. If you don't want to use the block, let your head come down onto the mat. Forehead touches the mat, and breathe. The other option, you know this one, knees spread good and wide, big toes are still touching, hips are back to your heels, and arms reach long to the top of the mat. You can use your block under your forehead here as well, or no block at all. Sink the head down to the mat. This time you're reaching your fingers long to the top of the mat. In fact, push into your hands a little bit and feel it in your groin. Feel it in your groin as you send your spine even further to the back wall. Big breaths in, big sighing breaths out. And now's the time, if you would like, to close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose. Focus on just you. Let the outside world go. And just work on this one and only body that you have. Bringing mobility, strength, and flexibility into your life a little bit more. You can stay here in child's pose if you like. Or you can come on out of it, which is what I'm going to do. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Think of that alignment. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Think of alignment. And let's go into a downward facing dog. Tuck your toes towards your shins. And think of a string on your tailbone. Send the hips high to the sky. Your body now looks like an inverted V. You're looking back at your feet. Bring your feet to about hip width distance apart. Elevate your heels a little bit, and then look at your hands. Your hands should be shoulder width distance apart, fingers spread wide. Come back to letting your head go. Shake it out. Let it be. Maybe look back to your knees or up towards your navel as your tailbone lifts higher to the sky. This is your downward facing dog. When you're ready, start to pedal the dog. Take the dog for a walk, is what we say. I know these two dogs want to go for a walk. We picked them up from the kennel yesterday. They're happy to be home. So pedal your feet. One heel closer to the earth than the other. And then finish up. Still your heels. Let them go as close to the earth as you like. Walk your feet up to meet your hands, or your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep on up. Come on up to a standing position. Lengthen up through your fingertips. Here's your extended mountain. Again, think of rooting into the feet. Knees align underneath the hips. Hips underneath the shoulders. Fingers reach a little bit higher as your chest is lifted up. Breathe. When you're ready, exhale. Hands through prayer center. Take a forward fold, bending in half like a paperclip. Inhale, lift up a little bit, hands to your shins or wherever to create a flat tabletop-like back. Now get your shoulders in the game too. Pull them back so they're aligned with the spine. Push into your legs, crown of the head and tailbone are at the same plane, reaching in opposite directions. Let's do our first Chaturanga Dandasana. Work your hands on down to your mat. Come into a high plank position. Alignment, wrists under shoulders, feet, legs long. Press into your hands, high plank. Let's take it to a low plank. Now, if you don't want to do this, you could be on your knees, totally fine. I'll do the first one on my knees. Press into your hands, bend your elbows, and come over to hovering above the earth. Tops of your feet are on your mat. Press into your strong arms, lift on up. Think of your chest going forward as you gaze down your nose for your upward facing dog. Breathe here. We'll take it back to a down dog. Tuck your toes. Hips go high. Been here before. You know this one. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Let it feel good. Let's do it again. Walk your feet to meet your hands or the other way around. Inhale. Arms sweep up. Lengthen up. Find your breath. Find softness in your shoulders. Exhale. Hands through prayer center. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, don't forget your shoulders. Exhale, plant your hands, walk it forward. Take your plank on your knees or take a high plank. Take it to a low plank, hug your elbows in. Flip your feet so the tops of your feet are on your mat and straighten your arms. Chest goes forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Feet back to a natural position. Hips go high, there's your down dog, pedal it out. Shake your neck. Let it be. Still your feet. Walk your hands back to meet your feet or the other way around. Inhale, arms sweep on up. Extended mountain pose. Let's take it to chair pose. All right, all you're going to do is bend your knees. Bend your knees. Reach through your arms. Bend your knees a little bit more, sending the weight into your heels so you're sinking your bottom back. Reach through your fingers. They're kind of a counterbalance for your arm or for your feet, and sink a little bit lower. Here's your chair pose, Utkatasana in Sanskrit. Sink a little lower, hold it here, you're strong. Breathe, lengthen, exhale, hands through prayer center, straighten the legs, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat, shoulders are squeezed. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat, walk it back and do your variation of your plank. Maybe you take it on your knees, totally great. Maybe not, you decide. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog on the tops of your feet. Exhale, down dog. Hips are high, pedal it out. So we did our Sun A, we're now into doing our Sun B. Let's lift your right leg up, high to the sky, and then exhale, sweep it through into a low lunge. The right foot is between the two front hands. Straighten up, stand up. Shoulders come over your hips for alignment. Feet are solidly planted on your mat. Whew. All right, back foot is planted at a 45 or 90 degree angle. Right toes point forward. This right knee, alignment. Align it with your ankle. Nice and straight over the ankle. Gives you more strength when things are aligned. And it ensures your good posture. Open up this right knee. Have it open toward the back of the room. Left leg is solidly planted. Woo, how do you feel in that? Try to sink a little bit lower. Maybe wiggle your right toes more to the top of the mat. Working the thigh a little more parallel or not. You decide. Hands can begin at prayer center. Shoulders over hips. Breathe. Lengthen up to the crown of your head. Big breath in, big breath out. Tee out your arms and look to the right. Look over your right middle finger. So maybe turn your neck a little bit more. Chin toward your shoulder. Reach through the fingers because you are strong. You really are. You're here, you're strong. Sink a little bit lower and hold in your warrior two. When you are ready, let's go into an extended side angle. To do that, reach your fingers more to the top, front of the room. Then tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. The alignment here is from fingertips to fingertips. One straight line as best you can. Don't forget that knee. Keep it bent over the ankle. Reach, breathe, lengthen to strengthen. You got it. Reach, look up to your left hand. We're gonna do a reverse warrior next. As you inhale, come on up. Let the right arm go up to the sky and the left arm come down your back leg. Reach and look up to your right hand. Breathe, and let's finish. Woohoo! Cartwheel your arms. Surround the right front foot. Right foot goes back to meet the left. Let's do our Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank or on your knees. Go for it. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. You can take it on your knees. And then down dog. Hips are high. Breathe, pedal it out. Think of your down dog as a nice little rest. We have another side to do. With your left leg, let's kick it high to the sky. As you exhale, sweep it through. Low lunge. Come on up. Spiral the feet, solidly planted. Arms to prayer center. Align the left knee over the left ankle. Feet are solid. You got it. Hips are in line with the shoulders. Tall, strong warrior. Hands to prayer center. Open them up, tee them out, and look to the left. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Play with it. Sink a little lower. Look over the left middle finger. The outside of your left knee, open it up to the back of the room a little bit more. Hold here, you're strong. Imagine squeezing the mat together with your strong inner thighs. Look over your left hand. When you're ready, reach through the left fingers. Then tick-tock your arms like a clock. 6 and 12. Bottom arm pushes the knee open a little bit more. One straight line as best you can from fingertips to fingertips. Look up to the right hand. Breathe. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Look up. And when you're ready, exhale, cartwheel your arms, Chaturanga Dandasana, your way. Maybe you do, high plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal, breathe. Let's do it all again. Still your feet. Walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Exhale, bend in the knees. Reach to the fingers, bend deeper in the knees. Reach, sink back in the heels. Sink back so much that when you look down at your toes, you can lift them up and wiggle them. Now that is strength. You got it. Hold it. Breathe. One more big reach. On this exhale, hands to prayer center, straighten your legs and fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Breathe. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Step it back, Chaturanga Dandasana, however you like it. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Let's go through this warrior two a little quicker. One breath, one movement. Right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to your low lunge in between the two front hands. Inhale, rise on up. Tee out the arms, sink low in the legs, alignment of the knee. Squeeze the mat together. Look to the right, inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, reach. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Reach through the hands in both directions. Inhale, reverse warrior, right arm high, left arm low. You got it. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands come down, right foot goes back. High plank, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Think of stretching the mat out. Really stretch it out and breathe. Pedal your feet. Bring your feet to stillness. We have another side to do. Left leg goes high. Exhale, sweep it through. Low lunge. Inhale, rise up. Plant your feet. Woo, arms tee out. Sink low. Be strong. You got it. Shoulders, are they over your hips? Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Reach through your fingers and look left. Reach left. Tick-tock, 6 and 12. Breathe. Look up to your right hand. Exhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Reach, 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 and finish. Cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana, your way. High plank to low plank. Maybe take it on your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal it out. You got it. Let's finish. Hover your knees over the mat an inch or so. Weight comes forward in your arms, shoulders over your wrists. Hold it here in your bear plank as you build strength. And finish. Come on down to your knees. Grab a drink. How are you doing? Diana. Good thing I can't see you, right? So what? Oh, who cares? You know, we're all a work in progress. It's all good. Every little bit counts. Believe it. Drink. Oh, I need a drink. All right, so food in France was fantastic. You know, the aperitifs, the appetizers, the desserts. It was great. I'll show you some pictures. Check out our group, Friends of 316 Yoga. I'll post some of the food. Oh my goodness. All right, back in the game. Let's do some core poses for our stomachs. All right, here we go. Okay, soles of the feet touch, knees open wide. Hug your heels in a little bit closer to your groin, hands to prayer center, lengthen up. Recline, recline, that sounds good. Come all the way down to your mat. Heels, adjust them so it's comfortable. Nice big stretch in those inner thighs again, isn't it? All right, fingertips loosely to your temples or behind your ears, whatever strikes your fancy. Elbows open wide. Whew, maybe you just stay here. Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups, little teeny lifts through the chin. Chin lifts up to the sky. Lift on the exhale, down on the inhale. Reason why we say lift through the chin, think of your chin going up to the sky, is because that helps you keep your neck in proper alignment. Remember the days back when you do crunches by looking down at your belly? Keep your neck nice and straight. Build the strength in the core as you lift and lower. Lift and lower, and let's finish up. Come on down, shoulders can come down, knees at the midline of your body. All right, a couple things you can do here. Lift the knees up over the hips, shins parallel to the earth. You can ride a recumbent bicycle. Drive through the heels. There you go. Here's another option. Plant the feet, lift the shoulders up with the fingers at the temple, and work an elbow in the direction of an opposite knee. Just let it be. No sweat. Nobody's judging you. Nobody can see you other than your dogs. Or add it all together. Peel the shoulders up. Ride the bicycle, bringing an opposite elbow toward an opposite knee. Whew. You can straighten your legs and scissor kick them. That's an option. Do what you like. And then finish. Legs go long, arms go high overhead. You look like a big number one. Stretch it out in your stick pose. Let's take it to boat. Bend your knees, hands come behind your thighs, low on the hamstrings. And if you have osteoporosis, don't do this. Or check with your doctor to make sure it's okay. But we're gonna rock on our spine. So little by little, rock on your spine. Have fun with it. Why not, right? Rock on your spine like a kid doing a somersault. Rock on your spine until you come up a couple times and hold on to your boat. All right, so your shoulders are back. Lengthen up, send your chest forward, Mrs. Maisel style. Chest is lifted, little to no weight in your feet. You're gonna have one foot down and straighten one leg, then the other. Reach, reach, reach. You could use your strap here if you prefer. Now you can release your hands and reach towards your feet. Doesn't cut it? Put your hands back. Nobody's judging you. Just try. Maybe you invent a new way. One hand, then the other. Reach. Maybe reach up toward the sky. Hold it here. Nice strong boat. Bend your knees, hands to prayer center. Let's row our boats. One elbow dips to one side, then the other. Row, row, row your boat. When you're ready, finish up. Hands back to prayer center. Hug your knees in. Soles of the feet on the mat. Hug them in nice and tightly, working your forearms around your shins. Tuck your forehead to your knees. Nice little pose called cosmic egg. So roll into this little ball and challenge your balance. Press the weight up onto your toes or take the weight out of your feet and hold on here. And then let's finish. Feet come down, crisscross at the ankles. Let's go back to a downward facing dog. All right, you know this one really well. Hands are on the mat, hips go high, down dog, pedal it out, and breathe. Still your feet, kick your right leg high, sweep it through to a low lunge. That means the foot between the two front hands. Bend the back knee, because all 10 toes are pointing forward. Bend the back knee and sink on down. How does this feel? Maybe hover the back knee over the earth. Right knee is over the right ankle. You can come down on that knee too. Nobody's judging you. Hands to prayer center. Lengthen up here through the crown of your head. Are your shoulders over your hips? Try it out. Reach your arms high up to the sky. Reach, take your little back bend. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Let's take this left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Stack your hands, stack your elbows. Alignment. Lengthen through your spine, and then twist and look at your hands. Inhale, lengthen, find space in your spine. Look to your elbow. Breathe. Maybe open up your arms. Reach. Right fingers go high, left fingers go low. Breathe. Bring it on back to prayer center. Bring your body back to center. Bring the left knee down if it's not already there. Find a block. And wiggle your right front toes to the top right corner of your mat. Left leg goes long and straight. We worked on this yesterday. We work on it every day, taking this big straddle. All right, so right toes, right top side of your mat. Maybe open up the right knee so you're coming onto the right side of your foot. Hands come down to maybe your block. That's a good place to be. Let the left leg be long and straight on your mat. You can disregard the block, come down to your hands, or come down to your forearms on the block. That's an option. Or bring your forearms all the way down to the earth. Lengthen through your spine. Exhale, let it go. Let's come out of it. Press into your hands. Let's come into a side plank. The left arm is going to be your foundation. Left wrist under your left shoulder, nice and strong and straight. Right foot goes back to meet the left. You can stay on your knees as you open up your right arm to the sky. You can send your legs long. You can kickstand your legs, have the right one in front of the left, or stack them. Alignment is important. Breathe, reach through, fingertips to fingertips, look up, and finish. Hands come down, down dog, pedal it out. Breathe. Let's sneak in a Chaturanga Dandasana. We did the right leg, we're gonna do the left leg, but let's do a little push-up in between. So, high plank to low plank, let it go. Inhale, upward facing dog, on your knees or not. Exhale, down dog, hips go high, press them high, pedal your feet, left side. When you're ready, exhale, left leg kicks high, sweep it through to your low lunge. Knees of the right leg is hovering above the mat. You press on up, left knee over left ankle, Arms come high or keep them at prayer center. Maybe you're down on that back knee. It's all good. Maybe arms lift and you take a baby back bend. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Right elbow, as you exhale, to the outside of the left knee. Hands are stacked. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. If you're on your knee, go for it. You can work on your balance. You can work on the twist. If you're up on your knee, you can work on your balance. And if you lose it, just get right back in. Finish up. Hands to prayer center. Place the right knee down. Left toes, wiggle to the top. Left corner of the mat. A block. Use it if you want. Send the right leg long and straight. Top of the right foot on the mat. Left toes, wiggle to the top of the mat. Use your block. That's what they're here for. Open up the left leg. Breathe. Push into the block. Bring the elbows down to the block. Disregard the block and bring the forearms down. You know, we have half blocks too. You can buy a half block. It'll get you just a little bit closer. Check it out if you want to buy one. Go for it. Make your yoga work for you. Let's come out of the runner's lunge. Press into your hands. Left foot goes back to meet the right. Let's go into the side plank. Right arm's the foundation. Can be on your knee. You can send your legs long and kickstand them. It's all good. Or stack the feet. Left arm goes high. Breathe. You got it. When you're ready, let's finish. Hand comes down, hips go high. Pedal it out. Shake your neck. Breathe. Walk your feet to meet your hands, or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is strong. Shoulders are squeezed back. Exhale, fold forward. This time, hands, grab your calves. Hug your elbows in towards your knees. Fold in half and let it be. Whew, a little bend in your knees might feel good. Let's go into some balancing poses. Sweep your arms up. Extended mountain. Favorite balancing pose? Tree. Let's play with it. All right, arms are lifted. Breathe. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Root into your strong feet. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, soften in your shoulders. Tree pose, Vrikasana. Right foot bends. Open up the knee. Sole of the right foot. Either balancing on the earth with the right heel inside the left ankle, or slip it on up, or even higher still, just not on the knee. Remember that. Push the foot into the leg, leg into the foot. Drive the bent knee to the back of the room. Lengthen up here. You can have a chair here. It's all good. You know what really helps? Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, all right? So try that. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. And when you're ready, grow your branches. You can release your hands, sway them, let them be. Focus on you and only you. You're all that matters. Hands back to prayer center. Release the foot from the leg, but don't put it down. Bring the knee in front of the body and try to bring the knee to about hip height. Hold it here. When you're ready, send the right leg back. And what you can do is balance on the toes, totally fine, or lift them up a little bit. Hinge forward, working your chest parallel to the earth. Little bend in the standing knee feels good. Lift the leg as high as is right for you. Remember, you can have a chair here for balance. Maybe reach your arms forward as you bring your body into a T shape. Finish up, hands to prayer center, right foot meets left. Let's do it again on the other side. For your tree pose, now root into the right leg. Weight out of the left. Open it up and lift it up to wherever is right. Just remember to skip over that knee. You don't want to put sideways pressure on the knee. Lengthen up and look up. Be grateful for what you have. Breathe. Arms lift. Branches sway if you like. Breathe. Hands back to prayer center. Very reflective. You got it. Guide the left knee to the front of your room. Knee in line with your hip at about the same height. Breathe. Send the left leg back. You're balancing on your right leg. Little bend in your knee might feel good. Use the chair when you need it. Left toes can be down, and you can hinge forward. Maybe the left leg lifts a little higher. Take your time. No hurry. Reach the arms forward in a capital letter T shape. Breathe, find length. Exhale, hands back to prayer center. Maybe lift that leg a teeny bit higher. And then exhale, left leg meets right on your mat. Lengthen up, straighten up. Take this moment with your hands at prayer center to just be at peace. Close your eyes. Big inhale, crown of the head rises up. Big exhale, you soften in the shoulders and in your feet. Let's do eagle pose, Garandasana. To begin with, open your eyes, bend your knees, reach your arms parallel to each other like you're coming into chair pose. In fact, come into your chair pose. Now, if this doesn't feel good in the arms, you know, hands to opposite shoulders or keep them at prayer center. You decide. I'm going to take my right arm, sweep it under my left, kind of sort of bring my palms to touch. Squeezing the elbows down, looking over the right fingers. Sit low in your bottom. Breathe, gaze forward. Lift your right leg up. Maybe just find balance in your left foot. Maybe cross the right leg over the left. Squeeze high in your upper inner thighs. Take the top of the right foot. Maybe hook it behind your left calf. Try to sink down lower, bringing the shoulders back a smidge. Squeeze everything you got. Hold it nice and tight. Let's finish. Release the right leg down to the earth. Arms sweep on up. Extended mountain. Even feel the lift in your hips. Breathe. Reach through your fingers. Let's do the other side. Bend your knees. Arms reach long. Sink the weight back and hold here. Maybe this is where you stay. Maybe this is what your body's saying. I need more of this today. Hands, however you like. I'm going to take the left arm this time. Sweep it under the right. Bringing palms to touch. Elbows come down. Oh, I feel it in my shoulders. Gaze over the fingers. Sit low. Right foot is now my foundation. Left leg lifts. Cross it over. Maybe hook the top of the left foot behind the right calf. Sink low. Squeeze the elbows down, down, down. Look over your fingers. Shoulders back a smidge. Breathe. Squeeze what you got. And let's finish. Left foot beats the earth. Right arms sweep up. Extended mountain. This time, little back bend. Whew. Arms go high. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Take a big breath in. And a big shoulder softening breath out. Pasarita Padahastasana. To begin with, legs spread wide. So the pinky edge side of your toes is parallel to the short sides of your mat. Spread your legs as wide as you like. Tee out your arms. Palms face down, lengthen up through the crown of your head. You feel kind of powerful, don't you? Lengthen up, and as you exhale, hinge forward. Keep your arms teed out like a big bird. Once your back is parallel to the earth, reach your hands back and grab for your calves or your ankles. Crown of your head hangs toward the earth. Let it be heavy. You're holding onto your ankles. Give them a nice pull. Put a little bend in your knees if that feels right. Breathe. So you're looking back between your legs to the back of your room. As you're ready, tee out your arms again. Nice flat back, reach through your fingers. And then slowly lift on back up. Strong core, it's gonna get you here. Lift on back up, there you go. Bend your elbows, hands to prayer center. Horse, I love horse. All right, so maybe bring your heels in a little bit more. Bend your knees, come up onto the balls of your feet. Hands are at prayer center, hold right here. Think of driving the outsides of your knees more to the back of your room. Hold right here and start to alternate with heel touchdowns. Heel touchdowns, heel lifts. One's doing one thing, the other's doing the other. Come up high onto the balls of your feet and sink even lower. Hold it right here. Little teeny pulses down. Little teeny pulses, you got it. Woo, strengthen that backside. Breathe. Shoulders, where are they? Are you leaning way forward? Bring them on back. Shoulders over the hips. Little teeny pulses, down, down, down. Just be aware of what you're doing. Think alignment all the time. Alignment, an adjustment to align. Arrangement in a straight line. strength, power. Use it to your advantage. All right, let's finish up with the pulsing. Plant your heels, 5-pointed star. Wiggle your hips, let it be. Hands to prayer center. Bring one foot to meet the other, and let's hinge forward. Hands come toward the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. Step it back. Come to a high plank. You can hold your high plank here for a minute or do a chaturanga. High plank to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal it out. Let's meet our friends who stayed in a high plank. Let's come back to the high plank. Shoulders over wrists. Bend your elbows. Come on down to your belly. Oh, that's needed, right? Come down to your belly. Legs go long. Hands are underneath your collarbones. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Draw your elbows closer to your spine. Cobra pose. Bhujangasana. Zip up your big toes. Legs are zipped up. Big toes are touching. Push into the tops of your feet. More easily said than done, but do it as best you can. Elbows are hugged in. When you're ready, on an inhale, lengthen up, look down your nose, lift up through your chest. Keep the feet down as best you can. Lift up a little bit, press into the hands a little bit. Maybe press into the fingertips. Maybe no weight in the hands at all. Breathe. Cobra, Bhujangasana. Come on down. Arms down by your sides. Turn your head so your left cheek is on your mat. Maybe work the left ear to the mat. Breathe. Head back to the midline of the body. This time, bend your knees. Floor bow, Dhanurasana. Knees are bent. Take your hands, you could use your strap here if you want. Reach for the outsides of your ankles on both feet. Then work your knees together. Draw your heels closer to your bottom. Head is at the midline. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. When you're ready, just focus on kicking your feet into your hands. Kick your feet into your hands. Your thighs are going to lift up. Your gaze down your nose. Floor bow, Dhanurasana. Breathe, kick harder, and finish. Legs come down, arms come down. That's hard. Turn your head so your right cheek or your right ear is on the mat. Whew, breathe. Breathe. Let it go. All right, after floor bow, one more spine strengthening pose called camel. So bring your chin back to the midline. Bring your hands underneath your collarbone. Let's press on up here through a seal pose. So press on up. How does it feel? Strong arms, press on up. Soften in your glutes. We tend to squeeze the glutes really tight. Soften them here and create some space. Look down your nose. And then let's finish. Work yourself up to standing on your knees. Maybe place your block at its high height between your two ankles. All right, so you're standing on your knees. Even here, think about knees, hips, shoulders. Crown of the head, up, up, up to the sky. Squeeze a little tighter on that block. Hands to your low back, like you're putting them into pockets of jeans. Squeeze your elbows toward your spine and then push your hips a little forward. How does that feel? Maybe you stay right here. You're looking forward. Always look forward. Look forward to good things. Maybe you look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Maybe you look up overhead. You can stay right here. Support that low back and let it be. If you're comfortable here and you want to go farther, only you know the answer to that. Bring your hands maybe to the block. Bring your hands maybe to your heels. Chest is lifted. Look back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. And then bring your hands back to your low back. Shoulders come up over your hips. Woohoo, a little loopy here, right? Remove the block, have a seat, back on your heels in a thunderbolt pose. How does that feel? Place your hands on your thighs. Close your eyes for a moment. I'm gonna sneak a drink of water. That's kind of it does make you feel a little loopy. So if you feel loopy, don't think, oh, I did it wrong or something's wrong with me. That does make you feel a little loopy in that back bend, but you're moving your spine. So important. All right, let's get back to it. Open your eyes. Come on down to your bottom. Let's do bridge. All right, So bring your towel and your eye shade up to the top by your shoulders. Maybe your strap as well. Oh, why not bring the blocks too? Have them reachable when you're lying down. All right, bridge pose. Bend your knees, soles of the feet are on your mat, hands to prayer center. Let's slowly come on back. And just for a second, hold it here. Chest is lifted, just hold it because your core is strong and you can do it. And then lower a little bit more and then lower all the way down to the ground. Once you're down, alignment in the legs. Work your heels a little closer to your bottom. They should be in line with your hips. Knees over your ankles. Arms down by your sides. Press the weight into your feet. Lift on up through your hips. Wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. Oh, you feel like you get a whole nother foot in lifting the hips up. Arms down by your sides. Breathe. When you're ready, bring your right leg up. Send the right foot high to the sky and pulse your heel up, up, up to the sky. You're still pressing hard into that left foot and you're pulsing the right foot up, up, up to the sky. Finish, right foot comes down. That's gonna be your foundation now. Lift your hips up high, send your left leg high and pulse that heel up, up, up to the sky. Don't let your bridge collapse. You're strong. Right ankle under right knee. You got it. Pulse, 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 and let's finish. Left foot meets right, hips go high, arms down by your sides. Breathe, lift your hips even higher. You can do it. When you're ready, think one vertebra at a time. Bring one vertebra down to the mat. Keep your navel tucked to your spine. Roll it on down. Tailbone comes down absolutely last. How was that bridge pose for you today? Send your legs long. Press on up with your hands or without. Do a seated position. Legs go long, toes go up, arms go up too. Lengthen. Maybe find your strap or your block. Your choice. If you want to use the block, place it under your feet. If you want to use the strap, place that underneath the center of your foot. Lengthen up, and when you're ready, if you're using no strap, you can reach your hands forward. Reach, reach, reach. If you're using no strap, you're going to reach for that block. That's something to reach for. That's a goal. Maybe it's a long off goal. Maybe the goal is to reach for your calves. You do what is right for you. If you've got the strap, just give it a pull. Look at your feet, look to your knees, fold. Incorporate the strap or the blocks, however works for you. You know, they're tools to make your yoga accessible. Lift your shoulders up over your hips. Spread your legs nice and wide. Find a block or two or no blocks at all. Wide-legged forward fold. Legs spread wide. Maybe help them out. Move them out a little farther. Using the blocks at whatever height speaks to you. Maybe put your hands on them. Hinge forward. Feel the nice big stretch in the inner thighs. Maybe rest your head on your blocks. Maybe do away with some blocks. Do what feels good. You can stay here longer if you want, but I'm going to come out of this, bringing the legs together, blocks back up by my shoulders. I'm going to do a supine twist. Let's slowly come on down. You're in control. Come on down, nice and slowly. When you're down, your left leg is long. Bend your right leg, bring your knee up towards your chest, and with your interlaced hands, interlaced fingers, or your strap, or your little towel, lots of options, hug the right knee in. Hug it in. Drive the left heel closer to the bottom of your mat. So your left leg is long and straight. Hug this right knee in. Oh, hug it in tighter. See how that feels. Supine twist. You're in the supine part. You're lying down. Let's do the twist. Left hand holds the right knee, and you roll over onto your left hip. Left hand encourages that outside of the right thigh down. Right arm tees out so you keep the shoulder down, and maybe look to the right. This is the twist part. It's quite a twist, isn't it? So you take it as far as is right for you. Maybe today the arm is bent and your gaze is up, maybe a little bit to the right side of your room, or take it farther. Let's finish. Hip comes down, right hip comes down, gaze goes back up to the sky, hug it in again. I look forward to that part. And then release the right leg. Drive that heel as if you're digging it into the sand. Feel the lengthening in your right hip. One straight line here in the right leg. Bend the left knee, hug it on up and in. Hug it on up and in nice and tightly, keeping your shoulders down. Remember, you can use your strap or your towel. Keep the right leg long and be engaged with it. Right hand touches the left knee. Roll over onto the right hip. Maybe tee out your left arm. Look to the left as best you can. Breathe. Enjoy the nice twist. Let's finish, bringing the gaze to the sky, left hip back to the mat, hugging the left knee in. Remember that right heel's trying to get to the bottom of your mat. Left leg goes long, bend both knees. Both knees bend, left knee toward your left armpit, right knee toward your right armpit. Hands help, bring them underneath each knee. Hug the knees toward the armpits and start to rock from side to side for your happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. So maybe draw little circles with your knees on the ceiling. That feels good in the low back, doesn't it? Take the circles in the opposite direction. And then perhaps settle back to the midline. Take your hands and capture inside your calves or your heels. Draw those knees up toward your armpit. And then straighten one leg, then the other. Straighten one, bend the other, and alternate. Find the mobility in your hips. However you're doing it is great. One day at a time, right? Send your both heels high to the sky. Maybe open up your legs into a big letter V shape, like we did a moment ago in that wide-legged forward fold. Maybe take your hands to your inner thighs and open them up even more. Finish up, knees meet at the midline, knees bend, feet come down. Final Shavasana. Best pose of the practice, and perhaps the most important. Legs go long with a little bit of space between them. Eye shade or towel covers your eyes, or maybe you slip a towel under your neck if that feels better. Maybe you've even got a blanket that you cover up with. No wrong way of doing it. Only wrong way would be not doing it at all. Arms down by your sides. Come back to just your breath. Let your body relax. Pinky toes fall towards the mat. Hips are a little externally rotated, finding a little extra space there. Shoulders are soft and on the mat and away from your ears. Jaws are unclenched, teeth are not touching. Even your forehead feels soft, no squishing of the eyebrows. No thoughts. Just ride the wave of your deep breaths. Let everything be super heavy. At the same time, let everything be super soft. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. If you'd like to stay here longer, do it. Enjoy it. Find peace inside of you. Even if it's just 3 more minutes, let it be. Don't feel guilty about taking the time for you. If it's time to conclude your hour, think about your fingers and your toes for a moment, and then start to wiggle them just a teeny little bit, and then increase the movement in the fingers and the toes, each one individually. Work the motion up into your hands and your feet, then your wrists and your ankles, move them around. On an inhale, reach your arms up overhead and stretch it out like it's your first big good morning stretch. And as you exhale, bend your knees and your elbows and roll onto one hip or the other and come into a fetal position. Your low arm is bent and that bicep is a pillow for your head. Knees are bent, top shoulder is away from your ear. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Savor this moment. It'll never come again. And as you're ready, maybe keeping the eyes closed, press on up or don't press up. Don't use your hands if you don't want to. Press on up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands together in prayer. Nice moment of gratitude here. Press your thumbs into your chest and think alignment. Shoulders over the hips. Neck is straight and long. Crown of the head lengthens up. Tuck your chin a little bit toward your chest. Soften in the shoulders and bring your ears back toward the back wall just a teeny little bit. Big inhale and big softening exhale. Gently blink your eyes open. Ta-da, you did it. Thank you for letting me do it with you. All right, in the beginning, you took a stress number. What was it then? And more importantly, what is it now? You're doing great because you're doing. Don't be hard on you. Strive for progress, not for perfection. Who's perfect? Nobody's perfect. You always have that little dessert or that extra glass of wine that's there. But at the same time, take the 600 steps a day up to the school, which is what we did in France. Take the steps, take the walk, take the steps to do your yoga and be proud of what you did. And, enjoy what you did. The big thing is I think we're our own worst critics. We are so quick to beat ourselves up for the bad we did, or the things we didn't do. Oh, I wasn't on my mat. Oh, I ate the extra dessert. So what? Let it go. We are stingy with our praise and acknowledgement of our efforts. So be happy for what you did. Celebrate the small steps, and I'm going to be quiet. Keep moving forward. Have a great day. Love you guys. See you on your mat tomorrow. Bye. Hey, you can come now. Piper, come here. Piper, I guess she forgot about coming up at the end. Come here, girl. Come here, Bonnie. Oh, good girl. Good girl. In chorus. Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow. Stay in the actions and out of the results. The results will take care of themselves. Just keep coming back, doing your yoga, and enjoying yourself and having fun. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody, so tell your friends about the great things that the yoga is doing for you. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can go to our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Stay strong, stay focused, and stay in the action, and the results will take care of themselves. See you on your mats tomorrow.